because this is the first thing I'm shooting on the... Okay, I'm rolling.
Hi, I'm Chef Ron LaRue. I teach the skill development class here at OSU Okmulgee, and today we're cutting some vegetables. Today we're going to cut these peppers. We're working on a vegetable medley. We have a party on Thursday for 200 people, and the students are applying the skills that they've learned in Skill Development 1, knife skills, and now we're working on our basic cooking methods, making sauces, gravies, working on our vegetable cuts, roasting, grilling, those types of things. So we're going to apply what we learned in the classroom to a real life situation where we're going to actually cater for 200 people. And okay, so on these peppers, we're going to start at the top and work our way down and try not to get the ribs or the seeds into there. And we're going to cut them like this so we don't have any waste. We can get rid of that, and we could clean these up a little bit. And then we're going to take and turn them over, and using that rocking motion, we're going to cut them nice, even consistency, like so. Okay? Let me see you do that.
I'm left-handed, so I'll go over the top.
There you go. You throw them in here. Cut all the way through. That one's kind of mushy, throw it out. Okay. Okay, let's do some more. But cut all the way through them. Okay. You can cut those that are up there. There you go. Use that good rocking motion, cut all the way through. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to do the asparagus. When we get done with those and line them up right here, we're going to cut them right about like this. We can save this to make some soup later. And then these we can cut kind of on a bias like that, and that can go into our vegetable medley. Okay, so let's see you do some of those. Just do a couple at a time. Yep. Now like on a bias. There you go. About 3 cuts. Okay. Yeah, that'll be a nice stir-fry vegetable.
Okay, good. I'll tell you when I'm wrong.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it again.
Okay, another thing we're going to do today is uh-oh.
Okay. Go.
Another project we're working on today is cutting the onions, carrots, and celery to go into the turkey stock that we're going to make a turkey gravy out of. So Michelle, we're going to dice these onions. And then we'll make a cut right through, keep that root end over here. And then we'll come through and have a nice diced onion. And then at the end, we can turn it over. Okay. Now, you can try it. Watch your fingers. Watch your fingers.
Okay, go ahead. I'll get a little closer to it.
Okay, that looks good. Now turn it over and dice it the rest of the way. Okay, and then we'll get a carrot, and we can cut a carrot, and we'll take the. Okay.
Okay, put the carrot off and bring it back on. Say again what you said about the carrot.
Okay, now we can dice this carrot, and we'll cut it in half first, and then down the middle. And then we can take it and slice them on an angle, a bias cut, like that.
Act like you're finishing cutting, and then go ahead and tell her to do the other side.
Okay, now you go ahead and try this one.
One more time. I wasn't steady. Okay, go ahead now.
And you can go ahead and try this one. Okay, looks good. All right. Did you get it? We're roasting the bones to make the stock, to make the gravy, and we have to pull them out occasionally and turn them to make sure that they're browning evenly. And then we're going to put the onions and carrots that we just cut in with these and brown them slightly, and then we'll put them in a pot and simmer them for about 4 or 5 hours, and then strain it all out. And this will be a good stock to make our gravy for the roast turkey. Okay.
I think the problem I have with this is you're doing all the work and he's not doing it.
Okay. Here, do something.
Okay, let's have it on standby. Okay, go.
Okay, we're going to turn these over so they brown nice and evenly. And King, you can put the onions and carrots in here now. Spread those out, and we'll put them back in the oven. Let that brown real nicely, caramelize to get the good flavors out of them. And then we'll make our stock from this. That'll be the base for our gravy. So here you go. You go ahead and pull the other one out. And you can start stirring those around a little bit too. Okay, that looks good. We can go back in the oven with those. And shut the door. There you go. All right. And Alicia is making a garlic herb butter that we're going.
You almost got to be leaning over the shoulder. Come in. Okay, Alicia, go. Start stirring.
And Alicia is making a compound herb butter that we're going to put over the grilled chicken breast as a sauce. And we're putting it in a pastry bag, and we're going to put it on the parchment paper and then roll it up so we can freeze it, and then we can make slices out of it and put over the grilled chicken. Okay, that's good. And you're going to pipe it right about halfway in the middle here.
Oh. Okay, stop. Out his face. Okay, now kind of talk her through it again.
Okay, now you're going to pipe it onto this parchment paper. A little bit more. There you go. Okay, that's good. And then we'll fold this over, and using the edge of the sheet pan, we'll make it a nice round tube so we can put this into the freezer. And then when it's cold, we can slice it and use that over our grilled chicken breast. Okay.
What are the objectives and what do you try to accomplish with the students?
Well, in the skill development class, they're first semester students, and so it's basic knife skills, sanitation, safety, and then we get into the basic sauces and soups and vegetable cookery, pasta cookery. And then in the second half, we actually learn the basic cooking methods of grilling, sauteing, roasting, stewing, braising, and we start to combine it all together. We're actually preparing the food and plating it, working on plate presentations. We really stress the techniques and methods in using proper culinary terminology. Not so much as recipe chefs, but I want them to understand why they're doing what they're doing, and the proper method and the technique is very important.
And you know, one thing, Ron, is with napkin to do this. That's right, smile.
Okay.
Like this. Okay, so Ron, what kind of class is it? What are you trying to accomplish in this class?
Well, this is the basic culinary skill development class, and we teach all the basic knife skills, sanitation, safety, learn about stocks and making soups, all the starches, vegetables, and then we get into the cooking methods where we learn about grilling and sauteing and roasting, stewing, braising, all those types of things, and we start to combine all of the basic methods that we started to learn into plate presentations, and we're really stressed the importance of the proper techniques and methods and culinary terminology in this class, so that when they get out of here, they can go into some of the other areas where we're doing the production and apply what they've learned in a smaller controlled setting into more of a real life situation.
Yeah, good. And move that light, Jeremy, out of mine. Huh? Yeah.
I don't know, probably before.
Grab this thing and I'm like, steady with it.
What brought you to this school? How did you choose it? And how was it helping you get your career?
I've always had a strong interest in culinary, and I heard about this school. My mom's a graduate from OSU, and I just decided to go for it.
So the classes you're taking are kind of basic, but what are some of the things that you're learning, and how do you see them helping you?
We're learning all of our knife cuts, basic cooking procedures, all the basics like stocks and soups and sauces, and those are like the foundation for all good cooking.
And I think one of the key elements of a culinary school is quality of instruction you're getting. Like, you feel like the chefs are really engaged, involved, so how are they really?
They know everything. They're just so knowledgeable about everything involving the restaurant business, hotels, resorts, just everything. They've been in the industry for a long time, and they all have a lot to offer.
Let me ask that again, but instead of saying they know everything, say the chef instructors.
Say what now?
Say the
Sorry?
chef instructors or the chefs.
Okay.
So the quality of instruction, how would you rate that? What kind of job do you think you're doing?
The chefs here know everything. They're really involved in the industry. All of them have worked in it before, and they just, I'm sorry.
I know it's hard to do.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Do you think these guys know
Sorry.
their stuff?
I really do.
Tell me about that.
I'm sorry.
That's what's going on.
Huh?
One of the real concerns that you would have as a student, because when you come here, there's time and money, you're learning from people that really know the business.
Right.
What's your impression of the chefs here?
They're all very professional. They really know their stuff very well, and I think I have a lot to learn from them.
How was the audio?
Good.
Okay. Now just say your name and how to spell it.
How to spell it? Alicia Rodriguez, ALYSIA RODRIGUEZ.
Where are you from?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay. All right, I'm rolling.
Yeah. Yeah. How much will half be?
Okay, freeze, guys. Okay, go. Go ahead and go.
Can all four of them go in here?
Yeah, we'll have to space them.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of have to do it like that. Okay. That's where it'll all fit. Get them in the first box and wipe our table down, sanitize it since we have egg wash. And the fish should be ready for another bowl.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. like maybe 7 minutes.
Okay.
You guys can pre-roll the wraps. Make some dough. Okay. We already got. I'd get a rondo. Yeah, kind of like the big.
What do I need for mom?
Medium size rondo or the. And we got. We're gonna use the deca. Okay. You guys can make the raspberry.
Jeremy, put a little more light on her.
Okay. Bring it up. Separate the fruit from the juice. On this one, we're gonna
Lower it a little bit.
then we'll take that juice and use that
Chef, you say you want this darker?
No, it's okay.
I'm gonna do some twirls here in the right?
Okay.
Alright, you're gonna need 2 of the
When I say go, count to 5 and then go. Go.
and orange. No? Alright. We'll take it.
Okay, go.
It's easy. Look like a bird. Alright. When you take one side, fold it like that, and then obviously fold that same side.
This side.
Exact same side.
This side.
Exact same side.
On this side.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Did I do it right?
Yeah. Looks good.
Back light in the way.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Just bring it towards the end of that table right there.
I'll be right back.
We've got about an hour till lunch. Okay, so the butter cookies are in. We're gonna put the checkerboards in here in just a second, but Scotty already done.
That one's not right. What I do wrong?
It's probably too thick.
Okay, there go my 4 corners. That one. I messed that one up. Here, Corey, you can fix that one. That one's not.
Just bring that light up a little bit.
Nisha, you need to check your cookies here in about 3 minutes, okay? I think those checkerboards are probably ready.
Let me at least get rolling. Okay, go, Chef.
Parchment paper or wrap it in plastic. Okay. You're sticking. It's like sticking your it's like sticking your lip nose or tongue to a frozen hole.
Yeah. That hurts. Yes.
Done that?
Yes. When I was a little girl,
Alright.
yes.
So now this is our checkerboard cookie. Now we got it all the same level because we used the skewers whenever we rolled it out. Some nonstick spray. Okay, so we cut it out so we have different levels. So it's striped right now, and so now we're gonna make a checkerboard out of it. Okay, you want to get a knife that's got as little resistance on it as possible. So this is a thin knife. If you use a chef's knife, you got all that knife that's gonna have to go through this dough. This one's just really skinny, so it's gonna go through it a lot easier. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and even this out to get it perfectly flat. This dough is nice and frozen cold, so it's going to cut really nicely. Okay. So now we're going to cut it to width, the same width that we have right here. Okay. The handle gets out of my way. Cut a slice. Okay. Another slice. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna stack these back together, but we're gonna flip them over. Just like that. So now the chocolate will be on the vanilla and vanilla will be on the chocolate, okay? We're gonna go, height the same width, so it'll be a nice square. Inner workings of our cookie ready to go. Okay, if you try and cut each little strip, little square, and then start stacking them, it's not gonna be even. Okay, if you, do it in this nice layer thing and cut stripes off of it and stack it like that, you're gonna get a lot more even. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take that extra chocolate that we made and roll it out thin, and then we're gonna roll this on the outside to make a wrap around it. Same kind of method, and I'll show you that method whenever we get to it. And then it's going to be chilled, and it'll be ready to cook. We'll chill it, and then that way all we have to do is go through, and we'll cut slices off, and we'll have our checkerboard cookie. Okay, and when it has that little frame on it, it pulls it together nicely. Okay, so there's one. We have enough here to do another whole one right here. And then we'll get the chocolate and make a little wrap.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's the checkerboard cookie.
Yeah.
You want me to get the
We were
chocolate out now or wait?
Go ahead and finish that one. And you can wrap them both and stick them in there and get them cool while you're rolling that out. And then I'll show you how to do it. We get all these cookies coordinated. Okay, here about 15 after, we're going to do a demo. Danish are ready to come out. Danish need to come out. Just put them on this dry rack right here. Yeah, stick them on that rack. Make sure the oven's hot enough. Did you need something, Marcus? You just got to bring it up to a boil so that cornstarch will thicken. See how that gets thick or is boiling? See how? Grab some cornstarch. We'll mix a little bit more in it. Yeah. Careful what you're saying. Rex can hear everything I say. Up so much. That's fine.
Cornstarch, and then where we go from there? Start additional.
Yeah, the procedure's on the back of
Do
that.
you want a zester, a microplane?
Yes, a microplane would be much
It need to
better.
be fine or like that?
I don't think it matters. It's for the,
This raspberry pie filling.
yeah. Did you use a microplane for your?
There you go.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you. This will work better.
Do it the other way. Yeah. No. Turn it this way.
Oh yeah, so that way it'll fall into it.
Yeah, over your stuff. And you don't have to keep going around.
Yeah, because that stuff sheds it fast. Thank you.
You can squirt that back in the container.
Chef, question. We have a 5-pound bag of raspberry.
Yeah, go with that.
Let's go with that. Okay, because I like to see that.
Do we need to adjust the recipe any for that, or?
Well, you gotta wait.
Talking about these right here?
Yep. Grab some. Still have plenty. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and get one going, and so I can have a demo to pull out. So, all right, what we're gonna do? Yes, ma'am.
longest pie filling.
So you just get a little bit. Now some people will turn the flatten that out. Don't run through there like that. If it does that, that means it went through a little quick.
Okay.
It was a little thick, so
Okay.
make sure you get all the, see, like, feel that. See how that's, feel that.
Okay.
That'll stick. So.
Okay.
Let's take it down to 3. Jerry, run through there. Okay. And we'll look at it. Okay. That's good.
That's good?
Yep.
All right.
Go ahead and grab your cookies out. We're going to do it right here. These checkerboard cookies. Bring me that egg wash. All right. Now, if you're ever working on this thing, absolutely, positively no knives ever on this thing. So if you have to use something, make sure you use like a bench knife that doesn't have a blade on it so it won't cut this belt. Okay, so we're gonna wrap our checkerboard cookies in a frame. Now to make this stick and make it pretty, you're gonna put a really light coating of egg wash on it. And don't worry, you can re-roll this. Even the stuff that has egg wash on it, you can re-roll it and use it. It's not gonna hurt it. All right, so what we're gonna do, we'll take one of our cubes. We're gonna stick it on and we're gonna trim it right there to that edge. Okay? Now on this side, we're gonna go ahead and trim it that. Now all this can be re-rolled, so. All right, so now since we've got the egg wash on there, it's gonna stick to it. We trimmed it to that edge. So basically all you gotta do is roll it and stay nice and tight. A little butter on there. Okay, now when you get to that edge, all you have to do is trim it, and there you go. These little ends you can just kind of fold in because they're going to be trimmed off anyway. You don't have to worry about that. Yep. That's it. Okay, so that's going to be chilled, and you can throw it in the freezer and just slice them off just like any other icebox cookie. And then, like I said, we've got the ones that we made before in there. They're baking off. We're going to use those today for lunch. And then we'll use these for Thursday for buffet. So we're going to wrap that one, do a tube. You can make a snake and roll it up in there. And you could do just something like this and put the chocolate and the vanilla layer really thin like that and roll them up, and it would be a spiral, like a corkscrew. You could do something like that. It's kind of like a shortbread cookie or a sugar cookie, so it's like that.
It's good. It's soft.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it. Any questions on this? All right.
I think
So, put us on a day where we got lots of irons in the fire.
Yeah, this is fun.
So, oh, I am just doing a demo.
Oh yeah. You know.
You're good.
You don't want to chew a cigarette.
No, yeah, just here. Just put it flat and scrape it. There you go.
Oh, so they need to be real
That's it.
flat.
Yeah, they're the thickness of this. Probably about 2 minutes.
If that works, it should.
I think you'd have to grind them down some more. Like put them in a spice grinder and grind them down.
Grind them down.
Yeah.
Put them in there.
I think it'd work.
Yeah, sure. Most of the like traditional Mexican recipes call for those.
For the, because they're real. Have you ever tasted those?
Yeah.
They're just chocolate. I mean, they're not.
Without the sweet.
Yeah, they're not bitter at all. So. All right, everybody over at the deck oven. Just turn the heat off. That's it. That's fine. What was that?
I don't know. It came out there.
All right, come on, guys. on, Trav. Okay, we're gonna do, if you guys wanna come over here, you can see better. Okay, we're gonna do these Russian cigarettes. Okay, this is a tweel batter. Anybody heard tweels or tulip batter? Some people call it tulip batter, but it's pronounced tweel. It's also these Russian cigarettes. Now the Russian cigarette, that's just the shape of it because it's the little rolled. I'm sure everybody's seen in like a coffee shop or something, and they're filled with like a chocolate ganache. That's a Russian cigarette. Okay. What we're gonna do, we have our silpat, and you want a stencil. Okay, this is just an old piece of silpat that I cut a hole out of, and that way I can use it as a stencil. Okay. You want these to be really, really thin and really, really even so they cook evenly. Okay, so you can tell our tool batter is nice and thin. You're gonna put it on there, and you just want to get it on the area. You don't want to get over it. Work nice and clean. And then just get it the thickness of your silpat. Get it nice and flat, that way you can lift it up and you have a circle there. And you can do any shape. Okay. Now you only want to do these a couple at a time because these are going to harden up just like those Lacy Pecan did, but they're going to do it a lot quicker. Okay. Now one thing that we can do is take the same batter and color it, and we put some cocoa powder in this one to make it chocolate. Put stripes on it. Okay, you could also do a spiral. Something like that. Now that's going to bake into it. Okay, so these are going to bake. Where'd my hot pads go? All right, lightly golden brown. Okay, now these are going to harden a lot quicker. Now these aren't going to be like gluey soft like the other ones were, like the Lacy Pecan. Okay, so after they loosen up, we're going to grab a dowel and roll them up on a dowel. Okay, just like that. Loosen them up and roll them up. Let them cool. Now, like I said, these are going to cool much quicker. Like this thin one's probably already too cool. See, it's already starting to bend. Now you don't want to get them too thick because then they're going to be kind of tough and chewy. Except they're a little thicker. And you can tell this one's starting to get dry and starts to crack. Okay, so you only want to work with as many as you can handle at one time. If you can do 4 at a time and get all 4 out of it, that's great. But if you're doing like 6 on a tray and like the last one starts doing this, then you might as well do 5 on a tray because the 6th one or 5th one that you're going to do is always going to do that. You're just wasting your batter. So if you want to do 4 at a time, roll them up, they're ready to go. Now whenever these harden, like I said, they're going to harden like a fortune cookie. And there'll be a little tube like that that we can fill with like a ganache or something. You want to keep away from something really soft like whipped cream or pastry cream because it'll melt this and soften this. So you want to stay something that'll stay firm. So like a chocolate ganache is really good for it. And some other kind of buttercreams are good for it, but nothing like really moist. So, okay. So I would suggest doing like 4 at a time. And then I'm going to take some of these and cut them in half because they're
Oh, but the
They're a little long.
Too skinny.
Well, they're too long.
No, I'm talking about the little ones we have is too small.
Yeah, they're too skinny. Okay.
What is it made of?
Wheel batter.
Sugar?
Am I clean-ish in the style of clean?
Okay, yeah. Now just address the camera, tell a little bit about it, and then just walk over and start working. And
I'm sorry. Do you want me to say something?
yeah, just say who you are, where we are,
Okay.
what this class is, and what you're trying to accomplish with the class.
Okay.
Hold on just a second. Okay. Go.
Okay. I'm Chef Grady Perryman at OSU Okmulgee in Okmulgee, Oklahoma. This is our sugar arts class where we learn all different aspects of sugar art with chocolate, sugar, cake making, pastillage.
There's a buzz in this mic. Let's try a different channel.
Okay.
If we can't get rid of it, we'll...
But
All right, there it is. Yep, that's much better.
All right.
Not rolling.
All right.
That would be a problem. All right.
Chef Grady Perryman, OSU Okmulgee. This is our sugar arts class where we learn all different aspects of doing sugar art, chocolate art, working with pastillage, gum paste and fondant, cake making, chocolate showpiece making, and sugar making. So. As soon as Katie's done.
Always the troublemaker.
You're fine.
I think that might find what keep getting corners that hang out.
A little bit more. Get some insurance. Okay, you're gonna use powdered sugar, not flour, because this is all sugar, or you can use cornstarch, because it's the cornstarch that's in there that we're keeping it from sticking. You don't want to use too much because it's going to dry it out. It'll start cracking really quickly, so you just want enough just to where it'll stop sticking.
Should I get more powdered sugar than what's there?
We've got a sifter with it in it, which sifter should be in this. Nope.
I can't move it.
I'll tell you what though. You know what you can do? Well, you're going to use this, and then you're going to make a frame out of fondant and put on there.
Well, I need to cover this a little bit more.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Why don't you make your frame that thick?
Okay. Alright.
Okay. Make lemonade. Okay, so now this is the same kind of thing. If you're going to build a cake on here, you can cover it with the fondant. So it's the same thing if you use it as a cake base. So, and once it touches that, it's going to stick. Just put that anywhere.
Yeah.
So now, like I said, with her, what you could do is make a frame out of it. Where's that wheel? All right, so now. Now you can save this as long as it doesn't dry out. It's starting to get dry.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have it back.
That's because you had a lot of powdered sugar on there. That's why it's sucking all that moisture out. That's why it's drying.
I used what Doug had left over.
So,
I didn't put any fresh on.
Yeah, it's a lot on there. Was this left over from yesterday too? It might have dried out a little bit. Okay. So now if you're going to put a frame around it, you can just trim this and don't have to worry about tucking it underneath.
Okay.
So if you're going to put a frame on it. So if not,
because I could just do like the two sides.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
let's tuck it just to be safe.
you want to tuck it underneath and let it,
Yeah, it is getting dry.
so, okay. And to make it stick, you can put a little bit of water along that and it'll stick right to it. Just a little bit.
right.
I had another ball over there. Did you steal my other ball?
All right.
Huh? Somebody took my
So just a little bit.
the rest of my tablet. And I just
Get the stuff out of your way. You can move your board too. Because we'll just set it right there on the corner. That way you'll know where it is. You can grab it. Now this one, since you're going for a square, you don't have to go around. You can just work in 2 directions. There you go. And then just like making pie dough, you want to take it up and move it. Make sure it's not sticking at all. And go from the middle out. Don't go over the edges because you'll pinch them. And yeah, don't see, like I said, don't go over the edges. Just go from the middle, kind of outward to the edge. Do you have a question?
Huh? No,
Do you have a
just
question?
waiting.
Okay. Okay. Now on this, okay. Let's get a tool that you can do your design with. Okay. Now, if you want to, if you want this to kind of be a perfect symmetrical circle, starting with.
No, I was gonna go for something that fell out of a circle.
Fell out of a circle. Okay. But do you want like the main part of it to be perfectly
Based off of the circle.
based off a circle? Okay. Is that big enough, or you want to go bigger? Let's go bigger. That big enough?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll take it. I don't know why I'm taking this from you.
So now I'm not gonna, see I just barely can put it in there. That way I can have a little sketch. Yep, something to go off of. Now this, comes off of here like that. And the other one's gonna come off of here like this, right? So, almost like a little galaxy thing. Okay? And like I said, it doesn't take much to draw in this. Okay? So you can kind of, all right. All right, so now first thing we're gonna do is make sure that it's loose, and we don't wanna lift it up. You wanna use a palette knife. You can borrow that palette knife, Joel? Make sure it's clean so there's no bumps on it. And then work it like underneath. It's a little stuck right there. So that's why you wanna move it constantly, and that'll keep that powdered sugar there so you won't stick like this. Because if it sticks, you're going to have a chance of ripping a hole in it. So it's stuck right there? Yeah. Go ahead and do that side right there. 2 seconds, we just got one more spot. See, got to keep it flat. I don't know if all right. Okay. So now that you're flat, what you want to do is you want to try and get up in one piece. You can't do this like pie dough. You can't fold it or else it's going to crack on you. So what you got to do is lift it up in one piece. Let me show you real quick. Get underneath it. I've got my hands spread really wide, so I'm supporting the entire thing. And then you want to make sure you don't have any air bubbles. That. Okay. So now you can take that and go ahead and trim it.
Move it over a little bit.
Well, you can't move it. Once that is stuck to that gel, it's stuck. You're just gonna have to work with it, and don't try and start stretching it or patching it because it'll look like a patch. There's other ways that you can work it, like making a border or something like that. So, okay, Kristen, you're coming up.